Power, peace, and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people to struggle as you come on in. Damn, hold up. What's going on here? As you come on in, know that you're in a safe space. Know that you're in a space of learning and getting learned up. Know that you're in a space of educating and being educated. Know that you're in a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions and answers, dialogue, a space of integrity, a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, a space of justice, of freedom, of he, her. This is a space, your space, a space where we are working on a path towards true liberation, a united path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat throughout and for the duration of class. Please keep all funding information, hashtags, green screens, pals that pay, unions that are Western, grams that got money, all the tides of cat. Fish Friday, y'all. Keep all, yeah. Funding information in the chat for the duration of class. Please fund this war effort. It's a war going on outside. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. In Baltimore, it's too late. Philly, it's too late. Newark, Florida, it's too late. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. Do not wait. Don't wait till the kids hate you, till the in-laws can't stand being around y'all. Don't wait till y'all find out y'all haven't been invited to quite a few family gatherings because y'all ain't got y'all thing together. Book an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse counseling, yeah, please book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. The characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness. People, places, events, things that should heighten your alertness. Remember, with the information and life that you save could be your own. What happened in Newark? What ain't happening in Newark? Newark is always happening. Y'all always late. You understand? Do y'all understand? Fish Friday, y'all. I still got time to get to the fish spot. Well, how y'all do? How y'all do? What's going on? We getting ready to get it in and on. Who do we tag? We tagging everybody. Tag all communities. Tag both genders. Tag all ages. Tag all titles. Grandpa, grandma, auntie, unks, OGs, man, YNs, young, everybody's involved. Tag all y'all today, damn it. Get to sharing. Let's get to it. Ramadan Kareem. 9 days left. Yeah, let's get it right for y'all. I see y'all. Yeah, y'all doing what y'all do. Let's get into it. Who's in class today? A Wood. Ooh, A Wood, first in class. Go ahead, girl. Yeah, Dust Fro. We see you, Uptown Dre. What's going on? Tierra the Youngin'. What up, T? Yeah, you in the building. We got South Jersey in the building. Adrian Graham. What up? Snook the Bear TV with my apples. Peace. Ken Williams. Philip Boone. Guns and Gloves. What's going on? The Gressler. Global Hustler. Cuckoo the Bag of Bones is here from Zurich, Switzerland, y'all. Up on the late night. What's going on? Andrea Jones. We got Jersey in the spot. What up? Bernie. What up, Bernie? Zone 864. Who that? Mac J. St. Louis. What up? Hey, Ghoster. What's going on? Will. Yeah, we see you. S. Beckles, London is on the building. Y'all the UK Massive. What up, Magic? What up, Lil Brick? What up? So good. What up? What up, Saul? Yeah. North Philly. Peace. What's going on? We see you. B. Dolo. What up? We see you. Sultan. Thomas. Masalam. Ramadan Karim, cousin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh on this Juma Friday. Mecca T. What up? Yeah. Yeah, it's Fish Friday. Yeah, I don't hear no screens, Green. Yeah. Let's get to it, lovely lady. What up? You got your fish? PJ Allen. Bushhead. The DC Tyrone. It's your best friend. The backyard again is in the building. What up? Neve Buck, what's going on? Geechee, what up? Ooh, M. Dot Hot. What up? Leah, what's going on? We see you. Nia, smile. What up? We see you up in here. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, we see you up in here. What up, Nia? Oh, I hear that. Yeah, thank you, Nia. What's going on? Be original piece. Grill, scent, whiting, and porgies. You must be holding. You must be holding. Yeah. Yeah. Man, fun to Fish Friday then, damn it. Let's go for Versace Broccoli. What up? Joyner, what up? What up, Rona? What's going on? Let's get to it, y'all. We don't have no time to waste. No time to waste. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I ain't cooking nothing, Rona. It's Fish Friday. Y'all got porgies and whitings already. I don't have nothing. Damn it, I got tuna in a can. Willie Bethel, what up? Yeah. You wanna ask me about nothing. Damn it, I might be cracking up that damn tuna. Mecca, what's going on? Much appreciation for funding the Fish Friday, damn it. Shit. Bumble of the bee and all that. Let's keep it going. Let's go. Now, we've been talking a lot this week about us, about how we are going to galvanize ourselves around the new direction. Not just the new direction of this country, of society, but of humanity. Okay? We have to move in a specific way. And when I say I come down on the women and I come down on the men, it's because we really have to not just speak it, we have to manifest who we are. Because we are harming ourselves more than anybody else. So I don't care what doctrine you follow, I really don't. I don't care who you pledge allegiance to, none of that matters. Because in the grand scope, we are failing. And we have to get back to loving ourselves. Right? Love, a supreme understanding amongst those who are original. our original foundation and understanding. Love has no boundaries, it's powerful, it's limitless. So when we say we love ourselves and we love each other, that's not just words. Love is not a noun. Love is a verb. Love is an action word. Show me the action. Because right now we failing. Okay? So we got to get the grades up. We got to get up. We got to be the shining example of humanity that we once were. Without all this tainted ass shit that we got going on, following these old faiths. That's it. It's done. Okay? It's done. Now let's get to it. Because see, this is what we're dealing with. When we're speaking of liberation, when we're speaking of revolution, you have to understand that in the course of us running the old phase up from amongst us, that there's going to be a vacuum. And in that vacuum, there's going to be a lot of things and people that we're going to have to be responsible of and for, which means fighting crime, educating, all that. James Conn, much appreciation for Fish Friday. War ethic. Okay? We gonna have to take responsibility and we are gonna have to handle things. Which means things like today's aims have to be corrected by us. We got this real Stella Peach. This example of a black man. Shots fired near school, shelter in place lifted for PS1. Okay, that's Brooklyn. I get to that. Shots is fired, y'all, at a school. So check on your kids if y'all in the BK areas of Brownsville, East New York, East Flatbush, Canarsie. Okay, they say it's lifted, so we're gonna check on that. However, let's get to it. Okay? Let's get to it. This dude is an example of some of the correcting that is going to be on us. Because in war, in social restructuring, once we move some people away from us, and once we move away from other people, we're going to have to do a lot of the work. And a lot of this shit been lingering in our basement for a long time. We got this clown, a parolee who spent nearly 2 decades in prison for scraping a young girl in Brooklyn, was arrested Thursday in Queens on public lewdness and SA charges. These clowns. All right? Police accused John Garrison, 53, of going on a self-gratifying crime spree this month in 2 Queens neighborhoods, during which he allegedly pleasured himself and essayed a 10-year-old girl. The sick crime spree occurred months after he was released from prison on parole. So when we are seeing and witnessing social media, platforms that are supposed to be culturally entertaining and culturally representative of who we are in certain spaces, and they're glorifying and glamorizing the streets, jail life, glorifying it to a point where people shrug their shoulders to it. That is a danger, yo. Because then you seem to excuse people's behaviors and certain communication, okay, with their body, with their minds. You don't pay attention. And we get these individuals either coming back to society or been here, holed up hiding for a while. Under the mask of ex-con, under the mask of gangbanger, under the mask of real street dude, we got this. In 2007, Garrison was arrested for scraping a 13-year-old girl in an alley in East Flatbush. He wound up being convicted and served 18 years behind bars until being sprung from prison on January 16, 2025. Just got out. Fresh out the joint like Lysol. Okay? Fresh out. January 16th. But police sources said Garrison allegedly began a new perverted reign of terror on March 17th in Woodhaven, Queens. On that date, law enforcement sources said he allegedly touched himself in front of a 51-year-old woman as she sat in her car near the corner of 91st Street and 86th Avenue. Don't know if any baby oils was involved. Okay? Cops said Garrison allegedly neck struck again in Woodhaven on March 19th at around 2:55 p.m., broad daylight, following a 10-year-old girl as she walked home from her school to her home. He allegedly grabbed the girl's chest from behind, causing her to scream. If you don't know the area, Woodhaven, predominantly Ofe and Indian, Trini, different people, foreigners, Ecuadorians, Pakistan. You don't see too many of us out there. Okay? You really don't. And that's been historic because once you cross over Woodhaven and get in the Cross Bay, you in the Howard Beach. Y'all already know the reputation of Howard Beach. So there's not too many of us over there until you get to Left Rack. Okay? Until you get to Left Rack. All right? We ain't over there like that. Okay? We not over there like that. I want you to understand what this black ass man was doing. Now, if he's doing that over there, you could imagine what he may have gotten away with in our areas. Corey Grant, much appreciation for coming through. So understand that. He allegedly grabbed the girl's chest from behind, causing her to scream. "Shut up or I'll kill you," he allegedly told the girl before fleeing, according to police. This is a 10-year-old. Not understanding what would make a grown man do that to her. She screamed, terrified. Okay? In Woodhaven, Queens. So now any black man in that area, any melanated man in that area, from this point on, going to be watched. And trust, I'm all over there. When I'm in Cross Bay, I go to the pizza shop. I go to Sugar Buns, the bagel shop. I'm all through there. Woodhaven, I'm going to the Trader Joe's. I don't need them. People already acting funny when you go out there. We don't need any extra added attention and negativity. You don't. We don't. Less than an hour later, police sources said Garrison allegedly struck again with another stomach-churning outburst, allegedly pleasuring himself near the front window of Lena's hair spa at 8708 96th Street at about 3:30 p.m. that day. What in the no diddy we got going on here, man? For real, for real. What do we got going on here? Out of control. Out of control. But you understand what I'm saying? When I'm telling you that these are issues that we're going to have to confront. Yeah, cool. What a haven. Yeah. 2 more perverted incidents tied to Garrison occurred the next day on March 20th in Richmond Hill. Police said a 23-year-old woman allegedly spotted Garrison yelling outside her window with his genitalia exposed. He made a run for it after being spotted. Finally, officers from 102nd Precinct caught up with Mr. Garrison 30 minutes later, near the corner of Jamaica Ave and 104th Street, where they spotted him allegedly with his pants down around his ankles. When cops attempted to take him into custody, police say he flailed his arms and legs and resisted arrest. Garrison has been charged with 4 counts of public lewdness, SA, forcible touching, and resisting arrest. What are we doing? Corey Grant, much appreciation for funding the war effort. Police sources also reported that Garrison has had 6 prior arrests for similar S crimes. In 2004, he was cuffed for a Brooklyn attack, which he demanded a 30-year-old woman give him oral and told the victim he had a hammer on him. 30 years ago, in 1995, he was arrested for exposing himself to and fondling the woman. This sounds like an old Faye, but he clearly is not, as you can see in the thumbnail. These are the individuals that we're going to have to deal with, along with the Diddies, okay? Along with the Fleece Johnsons. These are individuals that we are going to have to deal with because, again, when you open the community and say that we as men and women are going to be responsible for ourselves, we're going to have to deal with the sickness. The people who have been traumatized and living under the value systems and perversions of the old phase. Okay? So I want you to understand that when I keep telling you the war is for real, that liberation is for real, that we have to set specific values in place and have the strictest discipline in handing out punishments. Because you got these dudes running around now. I don't know if he was on some Eldridge Cleaver stuff. I haven't seen any of his victims. We don't know if they're old phase. We don't know if he has some type of thing playing in his head. Right? I remember Eldridge Cleaver, yes, one of the founding members of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. If you know his history, he was on some scraping stuff. Only old phase. Okay? So we don't know if that's what's going on with this dude. But being that he is in that part of Queens acting crazy, now we don't know. We know in the past that he's Flatbush that we know. That's always been predominantly our area. Okay? Come on now. Yeah, it's been a lot going on in that area, cool. Yeah, it's been a lot. Not only him, because this is more recent, this spree has been recent, but when you're looking at the crimes over there, especially near the park, a lot of people, a lot of women have been victimized, sex crimes. There's been a lot going on in Woodhaven over on that end. But and I'm bringing it to your attention, I have to let y'all know that's why we speak so specifically on getting rid of what we hear as specific narratives and behaviors and these just conversations, these TikToks where people start sounding weird and pitting men against women and women against men, just having these open, made up clickbait conversations that do a lot of harm. Because you got sick people that start to believe that shit and then they manifest it. And now look, you create these weird monsters. It's a lot of bullshit that we're going to have to clean up. So I just want you to understand. I want to put that out there for y'all. Because that's just somebody who happens to be out of control and got caught. That just happens to be somebody who was out of control and got caught and had a habit. He just did 18. So could you imagine what he was doing for 18 years behind the walls? He might have been behind the walls taking some grippers. Okay? Do you understand that? We got to make sure that we know what we're saying when we say we want to govern ourselves. Because we can't play games with folks like that. We can't. There can be zero tolerance for those type of individuals living amongst us. Okay? Terrell Williams, what's going on? Salute, we see you. Knife, we see you. Mr. Mac, we see you. Okay? Mike Nice, what up? We can't do that. We have to be firm. Firm and disciplined. Swift justice. We're not playing no games. Okay? Next. And this was very, very disturbing for me to watch. Very, very, and I've seen it. I'm not gonna act like I haven't. I've let that hammer go a lot in my time, so I'm not even gonna act like I don't know what that energy is like. Excuse me, that energy is like in this life. You dig? I'm not going to do that. I know what it is. But that video out of B-More, yeah, it was disturbing. Darren Maddox, what up? Very disturbing. Very disturbing. On many accords. The first accord I will have to say is because we're witnessing more and more videos of black women enraged, ultra violent, and really, really losing it. When I say anger management is an absolute must, if y'all don't see that, We're seeing more and more black women fighting. Okay? We're witnessing more and more black women weaponized. And we are also witnessing things that are seemingly on the lower scales of our social order, basically, excuse me, domestic. Domestic. And I'm not saying domestic as in relationship wise, right? Where we talking spouses, but that intimate relationship, neighbors, and they're taking it way too far. And no one knows how to de-escalate. And then we're in a space now where our neighbors and neighborhoods are encouraging it. This is what was so disturbing to me about it, because there wasn't a man in that whole vid. I seen maybe one when she ran, but let me get to it. Let's get to it. Okay? Cell phone video captured the chaos before a deadly shooting Tuesday afternoon in Baltimore. Police say a 31-year-old Shakima Turner was clapped and unalived just before 6 p.m. in the 700 block of East Preston. In the video, we see the lady grabbed her purse and chased her down the street and clapped her, witness said. Everybody left that lady to expire on the corner. You can hear bystanders in the video cheering the woman on, and then gunshots are fired. You understand? Police said Turner was taken to the hospital where she expired. A witness told the news that people started banging and kicking the neighbor's door, calling for a fight before the argument escalated to the streets. It didn't have to get this far. It really didn't, a witness said. Now, we watched the video, and in the video, much appreciated, Corey, I see you, no doubt. In the video, we hearing the encouragement. We hearing and seeing this woman running, chasing someone. We see her reach. We don't hear nobody trying to stop her, nobody de-escalating it. And when she let go, bang, 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 bang. We see Shorty drop, and we also hear somebody say, that's what you get. That's what you get coming up to somebody's house talking about fighting. And as this woman is laying in the street and the officers, the arriving officers are there providing attempting life-saving techniques and compressions, we can see another girl on the left beefing, talking about whatever she's talking about. This is how desensitized our people, our women, have become. Okay? This is what it is. Melanated women, quick to pull out and just unallow another woman on the street, broad daylight. Right there, in the community. Could have hit anybody else. Or, in fact, herself, knowing how saturated her Baltimore neighborhood is with police, could have got clapped down her damn self. This is how enraged, this is how, and I'm going to say this, privileged, because people really begin to believe that they have the privilege to do whatever they want to do to anybody. That's a belief. That's a conditioning. So now that this 31-year-old is out of here, this other woman has to deal with the consequences. Definitely years of grief. That's definite. You're not getting around that. You chased this woman down the street. Once this woman seen or heard or had the understanding that you was advancing and she took off, that's it. That's it. Now, y'all can talk the street stuff if you want to. Oh, she might have came back. Oh, it could have been going on and on. Yo, we don't know. You got to handle your business when you handle your business. All of that sounds good. Okay? That sounds good. But when you facing that judge and they're about to take that gavel, boom, and you about to be on that count damn near forever for whatever the infraction was, you're going to see if it was worth it or not. All right? I want y'all to understand that issues, disagreements, miscommunications, or some with intent. Jean Pierre, much appreciation. Y'all gonna have to, you gotta weigh it out. Weigh it out. Make it make sense. I always tell you, you got 3 seconds, 1 to 3 seconds here to make that determination on whether it's life or death. Once somebody's running away from you, you're not in harm's way. You are not in harm's way. Once you continue, that's on you. But I'm also telling y'all that people are off. People will unalive you on accident. You have to make the determination on how you're going to manifest yourself daily. Which is why I say, believe people when they show you who they are. If you know she's some uncouth Negro broad in the hood, crazy, stay away. If you know that this dude ain't rap tight, stay away. There's no, we not going back and forth. You got it. No doubt. Because it ain't the 80s. It's not. You're not seeing that no more. We not fisticuffing no more. It was a space and time where me and the dude could fight every day for a week. For a week straight. Eye jammies, busted nose, knockout. Yeah, see him tomorrow. Yeah, we got an issue. We got to keep fighting. Until somebody, you know what? Nah, y'all got to be easy. Chill, that's it. That's it. That's how it was. I'm straight up. That's how it was in my hood. You got an issue, we gonna dance. Let's dance. I've literally watched fights that went on for 2 hours in the hood while dudes is drinking 40s, fighting. See each other again and fighting. That's over with, huh? That's gone. That's gone. People are off. They are enraged. And they get enraged because of specific ideas that they believe about themselves, perceptions that they have about the world, and where they see fit. And in it, they're not caring about you, me, or anybody else. So in that space, we have to know how to handle ourselves and think for them. All right? And there are many more of them than they are of us. When you have a space where you are awakened, when you have a different consciousness, then you know, okay, I got to keep it moving. My interactions with people has to be at a minimum. I have to squelch my ego down because I know my value and what I'm worth and what I'm working towards. Now, again, if it's a matter of life or death, man, we got to make that decision. We ain't raising no punks. However, we know there's cameras everywhere. However, we know everybody telling and waiting to tell on somebody. We know what it is. So therefore, in our knowledge of that, we must make sure we handle ourselves differently. This woman, for whatever reason, did she go to this woman's house? Whatever the issue was, did she accelerate, okay, this incident? Not thinking that this woman was going to take it there? What's disturbing is that in the community, they encouraged it. In a neighborhood block. And that's just one. There's been others that I've seen this week where women is letting off into a car. I've seen, I'm watching, I'm like, yo, these are black women who are losing their lives and causing others to be maimed and lose their lives for absolutely nothing. For nothing. We don't gain. This isn't like Muammar Gaddafi's all-female cadre of Rangers and Special Forces protecting him. No. This isn't MGC class. No. These are people that's getting into very basic and common issues. Most of it dumb shit in our communities, ready to take each other out. But y'all want to help them. Y'all want to have this all-inclusive, melanated kumbaya moment where everybody's going to be woke and conscious and walking to the finish line. No. I said a united path towards true liberation amongst those who are original with knowledge of self and the determination to live our potential to be greater. Everybody not coming. They not. So how do we protect ourselves and others in this space while getting the ofe up out of our community, while getting the ofe away from our labor, by us making sure that we're not lending to this society any longer? That is the question. Those are the real questions. When black women are unaliving others in the street in broad daylight for nothing. We know we're in some deep doodle. We're in some deep trouble. Where nobody's around to de-escalate and calm the situation. That's traumatizing. All right? And for people to shrug their shoulders about it on the block, still beefing while she's getting her chest punched in. And somebody making an attempt to save her life, you still running up and down the block. Spectators. Or might have been one of the people who ran up in that house with her. Do you understand? Because she sure was tight, aggravated. She might have been one of them who thought it was fine to go and, yeah, let's go to her house. Understand that. We have to be better. We have to think. Because that's all around us. We only have 100 people in this class. We average about 150. I know people that got millions and thousands on their page, regardless of who playing with the numbers. That's what you're facing. I don't sugarcoat this. All right? Do you get what I'm saying? Straight like that. Straight like that. We have to be understanding of that. So again, we, for that Baltimore community, we send our condolences and our deepest thoughts. And anybody in that community who's seeking grief counseling, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Okay? Because it's serious. If we are that desensitized to violence, we need to be right on this Ofe neck. If we could get busy like that without a second thought, I don't know what's the problem. I don't know what's the problem. I don't know why our streets aren't littered with Ofes. If y'all could do that to each other. Yeah, what's good? Now, next up, before I have to slide on up out of here and get my fish, much appreciation for those who contributed to the Fish Friday, that tradition. We have to speak on something that is always dear to me. Okay, because I've been in it for a long time. All right? Domestic violence. And this case, I don't know why I didn't see it. I don't know why it didn't come on anybody's in class radar up until today. And I gotta send a shout out to Kai. Kai is a dear associate of mine who has a YouTube space that she comes on, and I visit. You know, I visit a lot of YouTube spaces. I check, I look, I excuse me, read the comments, I check the content. And today this space she reserved for domestic violence, I had to piggyback on the back of it. I'm like, yo, hold on. I didn't hear about this case. And I can only think of two reasons why I really didn't hear about this case. One, because the black woman appears to be of a Haitian descent. And two, because law enforcement dropped the ball on it. So in that space, because of that, I'm figuring they didn't want this to get out nationally. But this case is a couple of months old. And this is why I tell y'all, and I'm definitely serious about it. Do not play. If you believe that you or somebody you know is in a domestic violence situation, get some help, get some counseling, allow somebody to guide you through it so you can know what it's really about. A lot of people don't get it. And I'm telling you, because I've been trained by the best, by the leading program globally. When I was trained and then retrained, people were on Zooms from all over the world with all type of degrees and backgrounds getting this class. This class right here is called the Duluth Method. When you look it up, I'm telling you, this is the leading DV prevention and batterers prevention program globally. Been doing it for years. Okay? Let me just read a little bit. The Duluth model offers a method for communities to coordinate their responses to domestic violence. It is an interagency approach that brings the justice and human service interventions together around the primary goal of protecting victims from ongoing abuse. It was conceived and implemented in a small working class city in northern Minnesota in 1980 to 81. The original Minnesota organizers was activists in the battered women's movement. This is what you're getting when you get an assessment and sessions from me when we're speaking on domestic violence. Please do not play. If you suspect it, get an assessment so you can see if this is something that you're going through or a loved one is going through. Okay? Rashida Wilson, much appreciation for funding the war effort. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't play. Now, again, this case in this video disturbed me because none of the warning signs, none of the alerts was raised. And this should have been the primary space for, I'm looking at this video, I'm like, what is going on here? Let's go. Boynton Beach, Florida. The Boynton Beach Police Department had to place an officer on administrative duties because the officer who was supposed to take the complaints of Fridaline Daniel explained how much she feared her ex-boyfriend less than an hour before she was shot unalived in the parking lot of her building. It's just crazy. On November 8th, Daniel arrived at the Boynton Beach police station around 8:15 a.m. to file a complaint against ex-boyfriend Robins Caesar, whom she told police was following her. Caesar, too, was there in the lobby of the precinct. He followed her to the precinct. And while she was waiting for the officer to come through, the ex-boyfriend opened the door. Body cam footage from the cop is showing you that the dude opened the door to the precinct for this cop and allowed this woman to file a complaint. You're looking at her on the officer's body cam. And this is why I say there was some prejudice towards her because of her accent. 2, there was some bias against her because she was a woman. Definitely biased because she was a black woman with an accent whose English wasn't 1000%. Before an officer of the law, he kind of shrugged his shoulders. Him and the other officer, as you see in the video, there's another officer there while she's talking. Officer Jermaine Jones' interactions with Daniel and Caesar lasted less than a half hour. Less than 20 minutes later, shortly before 9 a.m., the department was alerted to the shooting that unalived Miss Daniel. In the video, you can clearly hear her say, he's following me, he's harassing me, he's threatening me, I am fearful of my life because he keeps gun. You understand? They let him walk out the precinct smiling. Nobody took her statement in full. Nobody took her home. Nobody put him in the room and asked him what was going on. This is in Florida. This is a melanated, this is a black man. And somebody says that a black man is threatening them with a firearm in Florida. The state of Zimmerman, the state of all the other, damn, stand your grounds. And a black man could, somebody, and ye did nothing? Come on now. Come on now. Eric Henderson, what up? Caesar, 41, has confessed to clapping her and said that her going to the police that morning was the final straw. She wasn't even around. She wasn't even dealing with him for months. But he was following her. He was stalking her. He was harassing her. Okay? He has since been charged with first-degree murder with a firearm. The Internal Affairs report points out Daniel, via body cam recording of her encounter with Jones, telling him that she was afraid for her life and that Caesar had a hammer on him. Noting that Daniel was speaking a noticeable Creole accent, the report quoted her saying, when I move in there, I don't want him behind me because he has gun. I don't want you make me die. This is what she said. You could see it in the video. That she was even scared in the precinct. In addition to talking to Daniel, Jones also spoke with Caesar, to whom he is quoted by police as saying, "You can't fix this. You got to find you a new boo." This is what this cop is saying to do. Caesar was allowed to leave the station a little more than 5 minutes after Daniel had gone, with Jones telling investigators that he did not have a reason to hold him any longer. Okay? In a statement announcing a 2-week suspension released shortly before 5 p.m. on Friday, the city of Boynton Beach stated that Jones told Daniel before she left that she should call the police if he showed up at her home again, and that officers would write him a trespass warning. A trespass warning. A trespass warning. This is what I'm telling y'all about DV. This is what I'm telling y'all about us being more accountable for protecting us in our own. So you mean to tell me she hasn't dealt with him or wasn't dealing with this man for months and there was no one else? Mind you, she took her daughter to school. Straight to the precinct because this dude was following her. So now this daughter goes to school only to get picked up by police later. This child lost the parent. That's where we at with it. Now, what is troublesome and triggering for me is that in the Haitian community, it's a bit regular when we speaking on DV. I'm going to keep it very, very clear for you. Specific communities have a history of this behavior. And I know because I'm the one that they have to come to for court-ordered DV counseling. Pakistanis, Indians, Arab nations, very violent against women. Euros. All right? Because of whatever the mentality is, whatever the conditioning has been for, we could say centuries. We're not going to say decades and like this is new. No. But it's been hidden for so long. Now, I keep telling you all that if you don't know what to look for, you won't see it. Stop believing that movie shit that you gonna see the chick because her eye always busts, because her lip always leaking, because she looking depressed. That's not it. On a regular basis, that's not it. By the time it gets to that point, then you're dealing with a batterer. But domestic violence, domestic abuse, a lot of the times, man, listen, 80% of the times, it doesn't even get physical. The abuse is here. The abuse is here. The torment, the language, the isolation, there's a lot that goes with it. A lot. So if you don't know the signs, okay? If you don't know the signs, you out of here. It can happen at any given time. So don't play with it. You dig? Don't play with it. Understand it. Understand it. And move on it. And get the help. Get the help. There's no shame in it. There's no shame in it. Because that was just ridiculous. And again, these are the stories that you don't see, that don't go viral. They don't push these. They don't care to alert women. They don't care to alert men to make sure that your daughters, your sisters, and aunts not going through it, or you yourself. There's been hundreds of men who've come through my class. Hundreds of men who was getting whipped out, too ashamed to say it. Okay? Emily, I was in a domestic violence relationship for 4 years, and not one time to any of my neighbors called the police. I was in such a dark space for a long time, feeling like everybody was against me. Salute to you for being a survivor. Salute to you for being a thriver. You made it through. We salute you for that. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm telling you, as a society, we have been raised to not to intervene. I intervened from when I was a young kid, from when I was an adolescent and in the streets and wilding and seeing. I've intervened. I've been right out here in Brooklyn. I've seen a dude wilding out on his girl in the street. I mean in the street on the yellow stripe. And we went and pounded him out. And the girl got up, and in all her bruises and wounds, fought us. Leave him alone. I've witnessed it. But does that mean we stop? Does that mean we don't do what we know is correct? No. No. There is an effort that we have to make when we are conscious of a wrong. There's an effort that we have to make when we know. Yeah. And once you do that, that's it. You don't consistently do it. Or word, okay, because they get in a very bad space. You made the attempt. Keep it moving. You congratulate yourself for making the attempt. That's it. You don't put yourself in harm's way. You don't jeopardize yourself. Okay? Ain't none of us martyrs here. We're not playing the martyr game. Like I said, we don't raise no punks. Oh, word, that's what it's like? Okay, keep it moving then. Hold it down. Y'all must like what y'all going through. Hold it down. I'm gone. That's it. You're not martyring yourself here. But as long as that individual is a threat to her and him and their family, they're also a threat to you because they have unresolved anger issues. They have unresolved rage and they're violent. So that's a threat to all of us in the community. And if you on your own are not able to do it, then we as a community have to have networks where we work in tandem to try to address the situation. Sometimes the situation may be running them up out of the hood. Oh, both of you, out of here. Y'all got to go. We don't need this type of shit here. We don't rock like this over here. So y'all got to go. We don't want to witness the bullshit. It's that deep. You have to roll your sleeves up. Okay? All right? That is consciousness. And we have to, again, there are discussions, there are dialogues that we have to have among each other on a regular basis because we have to build people. That's what nation building is. We build each other. We bounce ideas off of one another. Outside of earshot of view of the Ofe. Okay? Y'all can't be part of this. Nah. Y'all over there. Stay away from us. We good. We got it. You dig? That's where we at with it. Well, yo, I'm going to get my fish. Much to the appreciation of the class. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Shit. I might get a piece of flounder fillet. That's with y'all this Fish Friday. Yeah. Shit, belly might be a little right tonight. Yeah. 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 That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. But, as always, make sure you come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Safe. Be on point. Kenny Mac, what it do? Be on point. All right? Make it home. Your job is to make it home. Your task, your mission is to make it home with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Get home the same way you left. No confrontations, no arguments, no road rage, no face fighting, none of that. That wasn't what you planned for the day. So you don't get into it. Classroom assistants, much appreciation for holding it down. Once again, classes in session. Once again, learning from each other, loving on each other. Allahu Akbar. Peace. You understand that? Truckers, pull over. If you got cat shit in your eye, don't drive. Go to the rest stop. Just stay away from the rest stop dots. Keep them out your cabin. Okay? Yeah. You ain't got to be all up in there with them. Nah, just because you see them, truckers. Keep that thing, cut it out. Go get your load, get back home, damn it. You know rest stops, I know. I know about them rest stops. Chopper Town and all them little weird little spots. Cut it out. Cut it out. Pull over, get some sleep. My educators keep educating. Black women keep being militant, keep standing strong. Don't allow the games that they play. Guard your mind. Guard your mind. Stop with them fake narratives, them false ideas. Guard your mind. That's what they're attacking right now. We got to keep each other sharp. All right? See, Bliz, we see you. What up? Andrea, we see you. What up? This is our space of intelligence. We move with intelligence. And we plotting. Keep plotting. Keep plotting. I keep telling y'all, Kizzy spit in the cup. Keep plotting. And 55, gang, damn it, get y'all grades.